If we look at the German one, oh, we got a piece of apple down here. That's all right. Oh, we have a fork down. Hi everybody, Robert Jones back in the kitchen with you today. I am so excited. It is fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it. It's apple season and I have got some fresh apples here. These are some pink ladies. I've got a whole dozen of them and I'm going to be whipping up something special today for the autumn season. I was going to make two different kind of cakes. I was going to make a German apple cake and then I was going to make an American apple cake, and I thought, what the heck? Let's combine them together as one video and then we can do a compare and contrast taste at the end, because it is the moment you've been waiting for. Woo! That is the moment you've been waiting for. So, alright you guys, so it's fall, it's apple season, let's make some cakes. Okay you guys, for this recipe we're going to use 1 stick of butter, which is a 1/4 pound. Then we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Okay, now we're just going to add 2 eggs into the mix here. Hopefully with no shells. And then just give that a mix again. And as you can tell, nice and smooth. Okay, and to this we're going to add 1 teaspoon baking powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, just to make sure it's extra smooth, I have 1 cup of flour, which is a scoop and sweep method, and I am just sifting it into here real quick. Give this a whirl. Alright, give it a scrape down. Just get it all. And that's it. Simple, simple batter. Alright, you guys. Okay guys, I just have an 8-inch tin here, just a springform pan. I cut a piece of paper to fit in the bottom. This is not rocket science. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of spritz around the edges. Put a little bit underneath to hold the paper. And then just spray the edges. And since this is a nice buttery dough, I'm not too worried about flouring it. Alright, then we're just going to take our dough and put that in the pan. And then turning our pan, I'm just going to smooth it out so that it is even in the bottom. I'm satisfied. We got a nice even coating in the bottom of the pan. Let's cut some apples. For this recipe, I am using 2 large pink lady apples. These are quite large. They're about the size of my fist. If you have smaller apples, probably going to need 3 for this. So here's what we're going to do. You can watch it in fast motion. Go! Okay, we got our apples peeled. Now I'm going to go slow here in case we have any new people. So I'm just going to cut this in quarters. Cut this in half right at the stem line. And then you're going to take the small piece out here and the small piece out here, and then cut down into the apple a little bit and try to preserve as much as possible. Take off the little bit of peel remaining and the little bit of flour. There you go. Nice and clean. Alright, and just repeat. So remember, the goal here was to preserve as much of the apple as possible, and I think we've done that here. If you're new, continue watching. We're going to just take the apple and we're going to make it into nice, thin slices. Alright, ta-da! Sliced apples. Alright you guys, we got our batter here, just nice and I'm just going to just put these apples, I'm going to try to make them all go the same direction, and I'm just going to make multiple stacking layers. So they're overlapping a little bit, and pushing them down into the dough. And then once you get to the other side, just go right over it and put another layer. because it's all going to cook down eventually anyway. Now here's a pro tip. If you look at your apple, you have a small end and a big end. If you put the big end on the outside, it'll take up more room as it goes around. Alright, how's that look? Now, with your extra pieces, I just chop them up easy. And then I just put them right in the middle so that we use all the apple. Like that. And then just push it down. Alright, so we got some extra pieces here. That's totally fine. I'm just going to set these aside and eat them with some yogurt. There you go. Healthy breakfast. And then finally for this part, I'm just going to sprinkle with a little bit of sugar over the top just to give it a nice crusty glaze when it's cooking. A little bit extra in the middle for all those apples. Just a couple tablespoons here. Don't want to make it too sweet. Ta-da! German apple cake ready to go in the oven. Simple, simple. Alright, we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 for about 50 to 60 minutes. So, we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, making the American cake is not difficult. It just have a couple more steps to it. So first of all, I've got 3 cups of flour in my sifter here. Just a scoop and sweep method. Just going to put this in here real quick. I don't like lumps. We're making the crumb topping first. There's our flour. There's our flour. We're then adding a half a cup of granulated sugar, a whole packed cup of brown sugar. You know I love to jingle it on there. 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of the meg of nutmeg, because we like it spicy. We are adding 1 cup of softened butter. Softened meaning it's at room temperature. Make sure you get it all. And of course, 1 teaspoon of vanilla by eye. Boom. Might be a little more. I don't care. Alright. Then we add our paddle. And now slowly combine this until it's You might have to stop and scrape down your butter once or twice. And when you're done, it should be a nice crumb topping like this. Crumb topping. Now I'm just going to transfer this to another bowl. Ta-da! Another bowl. No reason to clean the bowl, just start over. Now we're going to make the batter, so we're going to put in 1 stick of butter. That would be a 1/4 pound. And I'm going to make this creamy soft. Okay, then we're just going to slowly add our sugar to the butter. And let that combine well. Now we're going to put in 1 egg at a time. Egg number 1, and let it mix. And Mr. Egg number 2. Alright, then we're going to add 1 cup of sour cream. And hey, let it mix. Alright. Now in our handy dandy sifter, I have 2 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So now I'm just going to fluff this in here. Just want to make sure we don't have any lumps. Easy peasy. Now, very slowly, I'm going to mix this in and give her a scrape down and a final mix. Okay. This batter is done. We're just going to set this aside while we prep our apples. I'm just going to scrape it off the beater here. Okay guys, we're going to peel our apples just like we did before. Unlike the last time, we don't have to be careful about the slices, so I'm going to show you a real easy way. So what I do is I just cut down the sides, take the 2 big giant sides off. Then you can cut right around the core this way, and right around the core this way. Boom, core is out. Done. And the same thing on this one. Boom, core's out. Alright, so then I just want to make sure we get these last little bits out. Every apple's different. And get the little bit of skin. and some black marks. Alright, now the reason I don't care about the skin is because we're just going to dice these up. My rule is it doesn't matter what shape they are, as long as they're all the same thickness, because that's what's going to determine nice even cooking. As you can see there, we have nice chunks. And then we have our batter, so I'm just going to put them right into the batter. Voila! Alright, put them all in the batter. There you guys go, there's the batter. You may have noticed earlier it was a bit thick, and that's totally fine because all of these apples are going to give up their water. So it's gonna thin this out. And also we have all that streusel, remember? So let's get this mixed up nice. Remember to get all the way to the bottom. You can do this, it's easy. Just mix up your batter, get the apples all mixed in there. Boom, just like that. Okay, so here's our topping. Here's our batter. And here's our pan. This is a 9-inch spring form. I wish it was a little bit taller, but this is what I got, so this is what I'm working with. I'm just going to spray the edges and the bottom with this stick. Spray the edges. I'll put it over here. You don't need to flour this. It's got enough butter. It's going to come out, don't worry. Okay, guys, so there's the pan. Boom. Make an American apple cake. You know it's gonna be good because it's got lots of apples, lots of topping, and some spices. Alright, you guys, to assemble this bad boy, we're going to take our pan. We're going to put about half of this in the bottom. About half of that, and smash it around. Smash it around. Maybe a little bit more. Now I'm trying to make it as even as possible. Turn your pan, not your tool. Turn your pan. Alright, you guys, look at that. Boom. Now, we're going to take half of the streusel topping. We're going to put that on. So I'm just going to do this by hand. Alright, now try to smooth it around. Make it even. Get your streusel topping on. Now, to put in the rest of our batter here. And then again, smush it. Doing the wiggle jiggle here. Wiggle jiggle. Try to get it all the way to the edges. It's a little finicky because of the dryness underneath. Oh, somebody loves me. Looks like we almost got it. Alright, look at that. Nice and smooth, eh? Alright, 3 layers in, 1 to go. Putting on the last streusel. Now, on this layer, I'm trying not to crush it down too much. But I do want to make sure it goes all the way to the edge. Go to the edge, get it to the edge. This is a very full cake, you guys. This is going to be a supersized streusel apple coffee nonsense deliciousness. Alright, so now I'm just going to make a little pattern so that it looks nice. Look at that! How good does that look, you guys? I'm excited. Alright, we're going to whack this in the oven. Now, I'm going to guess it's going to take a little over an hour for this sucker. But just keep checking it with a toothpick. Just try it about the 45-minute mark, and you want to make sure that the dough in the middle is done. Alright, we're going to cook it. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, you guys, the German apple cake is done. I've been letting it cool for a little bit, so I'm going to run a knife around the inside of the pan just to make sure it's loosened. This is a spring-form pan. So now we should be able to just pop this off. Pop it off, pop it off, pop it off, pop it off! Look at that! Looks delicious! I'm so excited. Can you guys see that? I don't think it's too hot, but I'll pick it up a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. See? Whoa. Alright, I'll show you there. There you go. Beautiful cake. Alright, we'll take some pictures and then we'll show you the rest on the other cake. Alright, you guys, I'm going to take a nice slice of the cake here and put it on a plate so you can see what it looks like on the inside. And then we'll do a taste test comparison. If I can slice through here. Take a nice slice. Alright, now it's going to have the paper underneath, so just to let you know. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. Alright, we'll put that there. Alright, let's do the other cake and then we'll do a comparison. Alright, you guys, here our other one is. It's been cooling for about an hour. It is still pretty darn warm, but I'm going to try to give it a little opening here. Let's see what happens. Woo! Spring it open just like that. Spring form, indeed. Oh, didn't need to cut it. It's coming straight off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let's get it on a dish here. Do. Feel the love. Whew. It is hot, you guys. It's hot. Oh. Alright, let me clean this up. We'll be right back. Ta-da! Alright, you guys, this thing is a monster. It's huge. So, just to show you the difference, here is the German one and how the thickness is. And here is the American one. It's like twice the size. Can you guys see that? It's like twice the size. And that's just how we like it, right? Alright, let's see. It got the nice swirl topping on it. It's about 3 inches thick. Let's see if I can get a nice slice. A nice slice. Slicing. It's still super hot. I should let it cool, but I want to get a taste for you guys. I gotta do it. I want to do it. Oh, the crumb topping has got a nice crunch. And look at that. That is huge. Alright. Can we get this off? Plate over here. Oh, it's so big. It's huge. Look at that. Huge. It is a moment you've been waiting for. Woo! People walking by and thinking, what the hell is going on? It is a moment you've been waiting for. Woo! Having some cake and a little bit more. Oh, you guys, I am so excited. I keep looking at the camera, trying to see if I can see the cake. So, we've got our 2 cakes. Well, okay, so here's the pieces, right? So here's the American one, and here's the German one, trying 2 different types. All right, you guys, so if you look here, we have the American one, we have the layer underneath, then we have the streusel, then we have the next layer, then we have the streusel. And if you look at the German one, we have just the bottom layer and the apples on top. So, completely different cakes. And chunks of apple inside there. So here's the German one. Here's the finished product. I transferred it to a different plate so you guys could see that. And then, oh, this sucker's huge. This is the American style one with the multi-bell layers. And if you guys can see the difference in sizes maybe. Does that help? Anyway, this one weighs like twice as much. Alright. Let's get to the good part, the tasting. Alright, I want to try the German one because I think it's going to be less sweet. So I don't want to kill my palate with all that sugar. So, there you go. Super appley. Now, if I was smart, I would have had some ice cream or some car going by. If I was smart, I would have some ice cream or some whipped cream on the side to put with this, but today I forgot. Anyway, I'm gonna have another taste of that. So it's very appley. It's very sweet too. The apples are nicely cooked. The little strips. Definitely tastes apple. Tastes like fall. All right, now when we look at the American one here, you can see that it's just slightly underdone in the tip here. So I think I would have left it in the oven another 15 minutes, but It's hard to tell with such a big thing. And I did test it in about 4 different places, and the toothpick came out clean, but I don't care. All right, so let's taste the back end here when we definitely know it's cooked through. You can see multiple layers. Super good. Totally different. Yeah, it has apples and dough, but this one also has, remember, the cinnamon and the nutmeg, and then it has the multiple layers with the sugar stuff. Now, it's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. You tend to think that the strudel's going to be sweet. It's not that sweet at all. Because it had a lot of flour in it. There seems like there is a lot, but it's not really that sweet. And it's kind of dark. You can see here it's dark. That's a lot of that is because it's got brown sugar and it's also got the spices in there. So it kind of lends itself to looking sweet, but not tasting sweet, which is good. So I would actually say that the German one actually tastes a little bit sweeter because I think there was more sugar to flour ratio than there was in the American one. Yeah, I would eat both. I would make both again. I think my guests are going to be very happy. This is going to be breakfast for tomorrow, so. Happy autumn. All right, you guys, what'd you think? Not too hard to make either one of these cakes. Totally different from each other, even though they use almost the same ingredients, apples and flour and butter, which is the main. All right, you guys, what'd you think? German apple cake, American apple cake, which one would you make? A little more simple on the German side for a more appley taste. American side, of course, we got to pack more crap in there because that's just how we are. All right, you guys, what'd you think? Give me your opinion, and I'd love to know what you'd like to make. I'm Robert Jones. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love to have you sign up, come back for more, hit the subscribe button. And also, do you guys know about the little thing, the little bell at the side? If you click on the bell, you can get notifications. So when the videos come up, you get an email or a notification on your YouTube that my video is up. It's so exciting. Trying to reach 1 million subscribers. We're on our way. Getting there. All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the thumbs up. Love to have you come back. Take care. Bye. Apple cake.